The other thing I learned was not to have all your money in one specific bank account, whether it's personal or business. Business, you can be you got to be strategic and personal, but never have your money in one bank account, because you definitely can cause some havoc, and it did. But I got through it, and I knew that account receivables that were coming in would take care of it. The whole thing was I was apprehensive. Once I figured out and understood how much was owed, which they had already got all the money they needed, then I knew I could move forward. But that was a definite setback, and it was a definite reality check for me, because I didn't have any vision of that ever happening, whether it was a customer or not paying or tax. I never had that vision in my design. But girl, it's in there now. It's in there now. And that's one of the things. It's like, it's hard. It's a hard lesson. And it could be a setback. It could be a huge setback. Because what if I didn't have the receivables? What if I didn't, wasn't going to make a deposit, but going to make a withdrawal? I probably wouldn't be in business if I would have had to do some other means, bankruptcy, and try to restructure or something like that. So it's good to visualize, of course, the beautiful things and put that in your design. But it's also good to visualize potential challenges, whether it's employees, customers, accounts receivables, payables, all that kind of visualize what, think of the worst thing that could happen other than they taking all your money and losing. That's the obvious, but, and then try to have a plan or something in there, that you can utilize when and if that challenge comes up upon you.
Yeah, you need the course. That was a quick course correction.
Yes.
I mean, you were coming to make a deposit. I mean, but what if you didn't have, what if you you wasn't coming to make a deposit? You were just coming to talk about some other investments or something. And she was like, what investments where, honey? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there's been many, but that one hits home because it's, I'm all about wellness, wisdom, and wealth. And that's a wealth component, particularly if you're an entrepreneur or, a business owner, you got big, small, mid-sized, large business, solopreneur, whatever it is. One of the aspects of understanding about unlocking unlimited possibilities is you need to know where you are so you can get to where you want to be.
Ooh, that's good. Where am I? Look, where am I?
Exactly.
Well, how do you figure out where you are? I mean, who helps you? Well, tell me, unpack that.
I definitely can help. For instance, again, going back to the hot flashes, we met. We had this conversation. You were talking about how your husband was getting driven crazy because of the hot flashes, and I was like, "Oh, girl, I got something for that." Then, okay,
yeah.
I knew you wanted to be without those hot flashes, right? You reached out to me and just in conversation, you didn't know me from an apple, right?
Right.
Girl, you didn't know what I was telling you for real. And then try it, but you took the faith and you said, I'm going to try it because this stuff is real. It's no joke, right? You tried it. And then I think in 3 days you text me, girl, I ain't having no.
Oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh.
And I told
this is amazing.
So, I said, it's going to take about 30 days for it to get into your system, right? Girl, and I told my sister too, but it's like, but again, that, having a resource that you can reach out to and be like, hey, with regards to your business challenges or whatever it is, sometimes just growing your business.
Yeah.
Pains, so, I think
growing your business on a budget, and then realize. So back to where going back to unpacking what you said about knowing where you are in order to know where you're going to go. So you have this envision, and I use mine. So I have this envision of where I want my podcast to go and what I want to do tied to my purpose. Where I am is that I'm doing my podcast. Where I want to be is I want the podcast to evolve to something to where I can use it as a platform to speak. So that's where I am, realizing where I am. And then those steps, they vary, right? On what you take, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, being realistic about your budget on what you can do until you can do it full time.
Right. Right.
Because did you start your business on as like a side hustle, or you just went all into it?
So no, my first business that I still own today wasn't started as a side hustle. Started as a business because I was, trying to get a job as an electrical engineer in Silicon Valley and couldn't get it. So I just need to have a paycheck, girl. And my motivation was needed to pay my rent, my